players next door. Hold on. What's that? Looks like a little mascot, doesn't he?
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? That's why I was going so fast. You had the autoplay on accidentally. Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him more the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Well, he's gone to jail a time or two now. Still does seem somewhere familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger. What's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he knows me. He sure is running over here fast.
Gumshoe?
It's Gumshoe. Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. All right, we want to examine and we also want to talk. You can look at that thing. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's a battery operated so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances and dances and dances until the battery dies. Poor Blue Badger faded to dance until he drops. The Blue Badger panel has been added to the court record, a work of art designed by the Chief of Detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. So now you can actually look at it too as an evidence. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like people in these posters. They hardly even look human.
I don't think it's funny.
I don't either, AC. It looks like A-Palm painted blue. What is A-Palm?
That's the point.
AI Palm. AI Palm. That's what it is. I always get excited when I come to the police station.
A Pokemon. Okay.
Got it.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. Now being a dork and listen, huh?
It feels like I jumped into a movie.
Uh-huh. You know, with all the police and criminals. Yeah, I got distracted. Well, I don't know if that's all exciting. Sure is. Look at all those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Can we also click on them? Look at that patrolman is saluting the other guy, and the other guy, he must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping the tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda.
Do they eat bamboo?
A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind asking me how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip and I saw a patrol car and he came to me. We just been at the zoo, see? ... What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? Good point. We did see like a zebra one time that was kind of more it was black and white, but it also had like another brownish color on it or something. Just imagine right now, behind those doors, police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. When you do enough of these, like, probably, right? The banner here is announcing crime fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets. I don't think that's the kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. That's right, it was AC White Raven snuck into the cookie jar. Don't click yet. Right, AC, you snuck into the cookie jar and then you took it too far. I think most families would really like to have that though. Talk.
Yep.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Not far enough, but you got caught. Well, it's just because of those kids. You wouldn't have ever gotten caught. Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and then she killed him. What if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. Come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Skies. Yeah, really. She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Skies' sister. We should raid him, huh? Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? I bet he has his raids turned off. Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically? Yes, sir. Oh, and by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. So what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Well, nothing really. They kicked me out of the criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranking police are being led into the criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little bit odd? A little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Seriously, like the chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Why is he in charge of the crime scene? Detective, here's my attorney badge. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. Wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found the detective's card, didn't I? Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective ID's card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it in to the police. It's people like you that get me in so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember.
You owe me $20.
Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
Pat.
That's what I thought. You tell us more, Detective Gumshoe. Now we know the victim. We didn't know who the victim was.
Well, okay, suspected.
Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutor award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean, I'm sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. I think it's the same thing. As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing about things I don't know about. No, I wouldn't want you to do that either. Good. So that's his, like, if he doesn't have anything to say, that will be his comment. So, we've examined, we've talked. What do we know? Yep. So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday.
Click through.
There was evidence transferal for a case he had handled 2 years ago. Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah. We saw that. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of the murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun.
Under the gun.
Anyway, this last case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one, and he's doing this all for all of us. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is, and what was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer from West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and then they'll let you examine the crime scene, maybe? Letter of introduction received from Detective Gumshoe allows the bearer to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Okay. So now we have what we need. If we could probably slide, is my guess. If we're gonna, so B to back, M to move, underground parking lot. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation's still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh boy, her again. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. She really gets around, doesn't she? What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Oh, knife. Present. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters go right in the go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog? He's holding a birthday party or something? Looks like it should, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he's just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me, hey, wait a second. Isn't the crime scene supposed to be held by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers and strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumbled and discarded.
We didn't need to look at that.
Seriously. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The Smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. Didn't it look like somebody was stabbing it over and over?
Well, somebody was saying a rhythmic stabbing or something like that.
A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Now we got death due to a loss of blood. One knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4. Goodman's autopsy added to the court record. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? Then why would she kill him? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work in the police chief prospector? You mean prosecutor? But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now. How could it be you're in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? Why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. You got Detective Gumshoe out there dancing in the... I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, huh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. He don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? Okay. So one thing you can do is examine, and you can slide. And now let's look at the car.
Looks like we got a Walkman or something. I love the tape.
It looks like a, doesn't it? Does it look like a Walkman? Yeah, it does. Okay, it's a cell phone.
Oh, okay, it's supposed to be a cell phone.
Wow, that's a scientific analysis which suggests this belonged to the victim. Can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? It could be Edgeworth's phone. He could have dropped it. Right. Let's check it out. So remember how she taught you before? That's what you gotta do again. And then like look around it and flip it and this phone's still on the redial screen. Redial. Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? So I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just presses the button.
Beep.
Beep. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Beep. Ah, oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that phone, though, didn't you? Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. We might be able to go ask her about the call. Who'd she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard the phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones? Tunes? Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my phone. Well, what? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number? I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. They're gonna do a lot of things in Texas, huh? Uh-oh, I incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. But the property of Lana Sky, the last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. That was 3 minutes after the murder. B block is through there. That's where the visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. Steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get big bucks. (6-75-12-2). What's this? Some kind of note. Look, somebody wrote something on it. You're right. Let's see. 6-7S 12-2 inch. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Notes to for self. For deductive reason, go to Edgeworth, not Rice. I'm not sure Miss Edgeworth would know what this means either. But Goodman's note was added to the court record. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You gotta be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. So what about that car up on top, the A? The A might be important. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. He was ready to quit. How about the body trace? Got it.
It was the
police tape, car, wheels. This is one time where we cannot rely on like pressing the space bar to find our evidence. 3, the number 3. Okay, the number 1. The button on the wall. I think we're good.
You see, using like the stylus.
Yeah, I think we're good. So you can you can go back when you're ready, and probably we can try to talk to this guy, though I hate talking to him. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. It's a setup. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. Prospector, not prosecutor. Prospector. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina. Suck peanuts. Hi, how are you? And my sister were, is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospectors. Dry wind or ill wind, somebody's up to something here, but ooh. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence, arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are the prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina, Chief Prospector, Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by themselves. Some people load their guns with bullets, and some people load them with deals. What you're saying is Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere, and everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing that's still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to this crime. The crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Beep. It's a Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? She's just 16. My phone... The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, in fact. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in court record again. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Let's go to the to be continued. Okay, so we are now saving and save your progress. I just put it at the bottom. You can't actually write over any of those you want, so you can write the one above it if you want to. I don't think we did anything wrong, but
Yeah, you can see like even how it's writing.
If-
This whole interface definitely looks a lot like a DS as well.
Nesson has said, nice job, lots of progress. Yep, that's a good stopping point, I think, too.
Yep.
For the day, my voice is about to give out. The case in particular is one of the longest in the whole series, so it goes on and on.
A lot of these do even is like, okay, let's kind of wrap up. Not yet.
And
still going.
Exactly, like the
even the
Energizer
one
bunny.
Yeah, like even with the Steel Samurai one, that one just seemed to kind of keep going on and on and on. And
Well,
stuff too, so.
I did, let's see, looking at Steel Samurai before we erase over the top of it. Turnabout Samurai, we had about 2 good days of Turnabout Samurai. We kicked it at the end of a stream, so it was only a couple hours. But then the next time I played, it was about 4 to 6 hours. And then it was down to the next day, which was definitely another 4 hours.
Gives a good amount of content. I mean, you could see if they were doing episodic, that could definitely work as well if someone wanted something like that. I'm not the biggest fan of the episodic format because some of it is like, okay, if I'm playing this, I just want to keep on going.
Right.
Versus like when the King's Quest 2015 came out, they did that as episodes. So you might play like the first chapter, and then you'd have to wait a couple months before the next one come out.
True.
And
That's
some of them
probably
it
how
would even
this
be
was.
like, and then even some of the time when the other ones finally came out, maybe didn't just get around to them right away because I'm just not the best of like, oh, it's the new version. I'm going to go play it or something.
That's certainly how they could have done it with Steam. They could have released each of the episodes.
But
in
if this
different
initially came out on the
increments.
GBA and then the DS, then it was probably just here's on the cartridge. So
Possibly. But sometimes it does go, and this one, yeah, we don't know. But once again, Edgeworth is in the middle of this. And we're also going to have to go up against Edgeworth in court, which is never easy.
yeah.
We thought the other guy was hard, but Edgeworth now has, but he's also got a conscience that he didn't have before because he thought he was a killer. So he's prosecuting killers to punish himself, I guess. Or who he thinks is killers or whatever is to punish himself. So now he doesn't have that persona. So it'll be like, is Edgeworth going to be more on our side? I mean, he's already got 1 foot out of the department, too. And you know that he said that, that they're teasing, that they're giving him a bad time and they're investigating him for what they think is wrongdoings. And he was doing some evidence altering and stuff like that on the very first cases. So it's very possible that this could just be a really tough case.
Maybe we should have let him
Die?
go to jail as well. Too.
No, jail isn't just going to jail. It's dying. I think they kill people there. Hang them. We didn't want Edgeworth dying, and they didn't want that on our conscience. And we certainly could help him. All right, folks, we are done for the day. It's been another stream weekend. Hopefully everyone has a good week going into next week. It's going to be another long 5-day work week. I do not know if I will be able to get on Friday, but if I do, I can always play Rise from the Ashes. I'm almost ready to return back to Metroid. I'm just doing a little bit more research and stuff like that and making sure. Thanks, Mel. Thanks, Chad, and hope to see you again. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Medicine Hat, as always.
Till next time.
Let's BS to go back. And then there's we're going definitely this is gonna lead into court, so escape to the options, J to the title screen, and yes. And definitely was a lot of fun. We will if nothing else, and we found it's always like that's when good. I stop, just before a trial or just before the investigation part, just to give myself that break.